Hey there, Wooly.
Bob, a co-worker, quipped, a sly grin spreading across his face.
Looking extra round today.
Willow responded with a smile as she sat at her desk, masking the twinge of irritation that lingered beneath the surface.
Willow.
Chimed in Bob's office bestie. No kidding. They actually went around calling themselves each other's bestie. Frank.
Did you lose some weight?
She sighed inwardly.
No, Frank.
She replied, her tone even.
Still the same as yesterday.
Such was the unremarkable routine of Willow's daily life, enduring fat jokes and flying under the radar for her work. Her colleagues had given her a variety of nicknames: Wally, Willie, Win, seemingly anything that started with AW. Most days, she chose to wear a smile as her armor. Willow had always been the type to deflect negativity with a grin. She'd been a chubby child navigating adolescence with the same burden, and now, as an adult, she had settled into the role of the big girl. So Willow had grown used to people's remarks. Did she wish that people would see beyond her body type and recognize her for who she truly was? Of course, but she had learned the hard way that when you deviated from the societal norm of body size, certain expectations came with it. Suddenly, a snap brought Willow back to reality.
Did you take a trip to Layla Land?
Tina snapped her fingers impatiently, her signature annoyed expression directed squarely at Willow, the signature look that was reserved exclusively for Willow. Anyone else would receive a warm smile?
Tina!
Willow exclaimed, abruptly rising from her chair. Judging by the stern expression on Tina's face, it was evident that she hadn't stopped by for casual conversation. Well, not that Tina ever sought out Willow for idle chit-chat, but it was worth mentioning. With a resounding thud, she dropped a file onto her desk.
Check your mail. Leroy needs an ad for their new diamond collection. I don't expect you to present it, but since you'll be sitting in on the meeting, you should at least have an understanding of what it's all about.
Deep inside, Willow felt a bubbling rush of excitement. It wasn't the company's first collaboration with Leroy, but it had only been over a year since she started working at the advertisement company, so it was her first time experiencing it. What's more, diamonds had always held a special place in her heart. According to Willow, everyone's life was just like that of a diamond, shining and unique, and she, as a special heavy diamond, had an extra high value. This unique perspective fueled her enthusiasm, so even though her work wouldn't be seen, just being on the project filled her with delight.
Okay.
Willow began to respond, but Tina didn't wait to listen before briskly walking away. Her next target was Christine, except Tina liked Christine. In fact, everyone in the office liked Christine. Even Willow liked her. Among the sea of colleagues, only two treated Willow like a regular human being, and Christine was one of them. Tina's face lit up with a radiant smile as she reached Christine's desk.
Panda Keys loved the work you did for them. They're considering your services again.
Christine's gratitude was apparent in her response, and she turned to Willow with a thankful smile. Willow had in fact helped her on that project. A lot. Willow acknowledged her with a thumbs up before refocusing on her work, delving into the contents of the file Tina had delivered and carefully reviewing the mail to note all the client's desires and specifications. With a clear vision in mind, Willow embarked on crafting the perfect AD. Her concept revolved around beauty and difference, intending to emphasize the unique qualities of Leroy's diverse range of diamonds, allowing each gem to radiate in its distinct manner. Meanwhile, she had another pending ad to complete for a makeup brand.
Hey, Willow. How's it going?
Christine was undoubtedly the most attractive woman in the workplace, but her charm extended beyond her looks. It was an unspoken rule in the office that if Christine didn't like you, you would be ignored.
Good, Christine. Thanks.
Willow replied, expecting the conversation to end there. However, as Christine lingered by her desk, Willow couldn't help but glance at her in confusion.
Do you need something?
Oh.
If Christine were a diamond, she would undoubtedly be the idol's eye, radiating an irresistible allure. And, of course, she sported distinctive blue hair that made her stand out like the gem.
It's time for the meeting with Leroy.
Willow sprang to her feet, startled by the realization that she had lost track of time while engrossed in the Leroy ad and the makeup brand project.
Damn, thanks, Christine.
Christine smiled and extended an invitation to walk together, a gesture that Willow gladly accepted. If they walked into the meeting room together, Tina wouldn't glare at her much. Upon entering the meeting room, Willow noticed that Tina and a few other colleagues were already seated. Willow led the way, but before Tina could reprimand her, Christine followed closely behind. Tina shot Willow a disapproving look, but refrained from uttering any further remarks. Willow couldn't help but think, a win, as she settled into a seat on the left side of Tina, with Christine occupying the seat on her right. Tina, her smile strained, leaned toward Willow and whispered.
Don't speak, just watch.
Willow responded with a subtle nod. Just then, the door swung open, and the atmosphere in the meeting room shifted as all eyes turned toward the entrance. In walked Caspian Leroy, CEO of Leroy, accompanied by a team of 3 individuals.
Welcome, sir.
The entire room chorused in unison as they rose from their seats to acknowledge him. However, Caspian wasted no time with pleasantries.
Tina, what do you have for me?
He asked, going straight to the point. The room fell silent, awaiting Tina's response. Tina got up from her seat and, with determination in her stride, moved to the front of the room and plugged a USB drive into the projector.
I'll play the video, sir.
She announced confidently. As the ad played, all eyes in the room were glued to the screen. However, when the video ended, Caspian's expression, once neutral, had soured into one of displeasure.
Blasted it. Where's the flair? Where's the shine, the uniqueness?
He asked, his tone carrying a distinct note of disappointment. Tina's confidence wavered as she took in Caspian's reaction, and her once bright smile began to falter, mirroring the tension that now permeated the room.
Well,
Tina stammered. Caspian, clearly unsatisfied, rose from his seat with a decisive tone.
If that's all you have for me, then Leroy will have to use the services of another ad company.
Silently observing the situation unfold, Willow suddenly jumped up from her seat, her voice breaking the silence as she exclaimed,
Wait, we have something else.
Tina gritted her teeth in frustration.
no, we don't.
Willow met her panicked gaze, which silently urged her not to take any rash actions, but Willow paid it no heed. Unfazed, Willow asserted with a confident smile.
Yes, we do.
With a USB drive in hand, Willow marched to the front of the room, disregarding the snickers and smirks from her colleagues as she accidentally bumped into a few of them. She removed Tina's USB and inserted her own. The screen displayed the words beauty and difference as the new advertisement began to play. The room fell into a hushed silence as they watched the ad, with everyone keeping a close eye on Caspian's reaction. At the end of the video, Caspian turned to Willow and asked.
How did you make this?
Tina, trying to take credit for Willow's work, quickly interjected.
I did. I worked with Willow to make this.
It's true.
Bob and his bestie Frank chimed in with supporting comments for Tina. Willow looked at them with wide, questioning eyes. While they weren't particularly close colleagues, wasn't there supposed to be a code of solidarity among coworkers? Then, she turned pleading eyes toward Christine, who averted her gaze with a meek expression. It became clear to Willow this was how it was going to be. Tina began to speak again, but before she could say another word, Caspian cut her off with a firm.
I wasn't talking to you, Tina.
He redirected his attention to Willow, pressing on with his inquiry.
Did you make this?
Willow nodded vigorously, her heart racing with a mix of nervousness and relief.
Yes, sir. I made this ad.
Caspian's decision was swift as he turned to Tina, announcing.
Leroy will go with this ad.
Then, his focus shifted back to Willow, and he proposed.
How about we talk about this over dinner? Give me your business card, and I'll contact you.
With a stutter, Willow agreed.
Yes? Yes, sir.